Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Okay. We're learning shit, okay? We are learning.
We're getting it.
My eyes are barely open, so let me have a little bit of my sad coffee this morning. At least there was milk because I went to Trader Joe's yesterday.
Well, thank God for that. Okay, so this is new.
Yeah.
We're trying it out. It's not bad.
I think it looks better than our normal.
Yeah, I know. Let's not.
We're a fan.
Let's not admit that so early, though.
Right. Okay. We'll ease into this. Just a
Good
little bit of
morning.
minimal setup today. We were working on we've been talking about this shit for weeks.
Yes. Good morning.
It's
Happy
here.
Wednesday.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Anything exciting happened this week so far?
I've just been supremely busy. It's school vacation week, so the kids are home, and they're actually less annoying while they're here because I don't get sent to the school and have to go pick them up every 7 minutes in construction.
Yeah.
We just all of a sudden had no road yesterday. That was good. I felt like I was getting in a wagon and going into the Oregon Trail to go get my children.
Oregon Trail.
What the hell is
Get like
this?
typhus on the way home. Get bitten by a rattlesnake.
That's it. Throwing people out the back of the wagon, one body bag at a time. That's what I felt like yesterday. And I know I'm very much over exaggerating, but that's what it felt like.
Okay.
It's my truth.
But we're halfway through.
Yes, we are.
That's great.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna take them to Newport today, just because we bought that mansion membership.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, we'll just go do that today. So
do the audio tour. Those are free. You
right.
like learn the whole time. I don't know if it's free or what. For $6, like just do it because at least you have an understanding of what you're looking at. As opposed to like, this is a crazy room.
Lily is dressing up like an Edwardian Victorian child. So
that's not even the right era.
It is about the same as
Gilded
far as
Age?
the Gilded Age is American.
Okay.
The other ones are the other European ages.
Okay.
So that's what she wants to do just so she can pop out of random places and scare people. This is her plan today. Like she's a ghost.
All right. Oh my God, I fully support it. There's some weird energy. The top floor, second floor, the marble house with the bathrooms, and there's like the nursery. There's some weird energy in there.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I want her to stir up, but go for it, girl.
We'll have hitchhikers home. Great.
I was thinking like a ghost, but yeah, that too.
That's what I meant.
Like now they're like, yeah, I could see Lily's the kind of girl they would just like attach to her soul and be like, I'm yours now, and just walk with her through life. Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So yeah, that's what I'm about to get into today. Should be interesting.
That's
how about you?
Nothing. I had nothing. Had nothing going on. I did have a date on Monday night.
Oh.
It was the first time. I'm very proud of myself because I've had so much anxiety about this. So I'm very proud that I went and did it. It was the first time I've like met a complete stranger that I met online at a bar. 10 out of 10, don't recommend.
I was like, you're the girl that leaves someplace because you don't have parking. Like,
yes. Yeah. So
that seems like a lot of anxiety you put yourself out there for.
Yeah, and I've been putting it off to like jump into this wagon, for lack of a better term. But I was like, fine, like I'm gonna go. It's a Monday night. Everything will be empty. I don't have to worry about like parking or like seats at the bar. Like, let me rattle off these 14 other things that would stress me out just by meeting somebody. And it was great until he said, I tried to find you on social media and I couldn't. And all I kept thinking was, we have a podcast. If you can't find me on social media, we're not doing it.
Then we're doing something wrong. Tori, aren't you our media manager?
Yes. Yes. I really was like, okay, this date is like definitely not going to go anywhere, but thank God I had this. So I realized that like something is wrong with our social media. If
all right, we need to get to work.
This random stranger has my name and has that I have a radio show and can't find it.
That's like, great. Or he's not, or he's a quitter. Or he doesn't actually really care.
Or he's just a dumb boy. Probably one of the combination.
All of the above.
Yes.
It's a combination.
Yeah. He was also the kind of guy that like his first picture for his online profile, he was holding up a fish. But the fish was like the size of a water bottle. So
I like the reality fishing story.
Well, I thought it was like funny. Like I thought it was ironic, right? Like it's his first picture. I figured he was like making fun, he's like from the Cape, whatever. I figured he was like making fun of it. And then halfway through the date, I realized like, oh no, he was being serious. Like you get to know his personality. He's like no sense of humor. And I was like, oh no, that was like you were like proud of that little water bottle fish. So needless to say,
it was an experience.
Won't be doing that again.
Next.
But yeah, we did learn that I need to pick up my game in social media because apparently nobody can find us.
Perfect.
So things learned, things taken away. Let's get into what's roasting.
That's it.
Thank God.
Well, I know. Well, what is roasting?
So we have to talk about the Jessie James stuff. It's blowing up. Do you have a take on it?
No.
Okay. So it's not even Jessie James. It's Jessie James Ducker's sister, who's also married to like a Major League Baseball player, somebody. She's pregnant. She's got a couple of kids, and she was on a United flight, I think. And on the flight, they gave her little kids popcorn. And then they told her, the mom, I don't remember what's her name.
Sydney Ray.
Yes, thank you.
No, that's the kid, right?
No, the two kids
sister.
are Blair and Brooklyn. I think Sydney is the sister.
Okay.
So I guess she's 5 months pregnant and she's traveling alone with her two kids. And the flight attendants made her in whatever, I mean, we don't really know what the context was, but made her get down on the floor and like pick up the popcorn after her kids on this plane that the United team gave the popcorn to her kids.
Yeah.
2 and 5. And it's obviously blowing up the internet and creating a very divisive conversation. Like, well, it's your responsibility to pick up after your kids, but also like, do you not have a cleaning crew United? Like, is there a line here? Like, of course we want people to pick up your kids after your kids, but like she's 5 months pregnant and she's traveling with 2 little ones. Like, is there not a little bit of grace there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, any given day, somebody has made a decision to be their not best self. So I'm sure that flight attendant is a little bit culpable. And I'm sure so is the Jessie James situation. I feel like you should have done your best to clean up after your kid.
Yeah.
Without having to be like told. Like,
yeah,
I tried to clean that up. You know what I mean? Like, there are definitely ways this could have been handled better on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think that's just really the meat of the story is just really do your friggin' best to clean up after yourself. Yeah, and then apologize profusely. I'm sure this never would have been a story.
He says that the captain wants Sydney to clean up every drop and handed her a trash bag with a wet wipe. And then she ended up on her hands and knees crying in the aisle, obviously humiliated and exhausted.
That's awful.
And everybody else watched her do it.
Yeah.
And she's not famous enough where like it would be a make an example of kind of a thing. So I don't really understand
why it became the story it did.
Or like why it happened. Like I get the humiliation.
Because that flight attendant was an asshole. That happens sometimes. I feel like
I wonder
there's issues on both sides here.
Yeah, I agree. I think parents should probably make an attempt. I mean, what do I know? You make an attempt to pick up.
I'm so embarrassed. I stopped dining at anything. I stopped leaving the house because I knew my kids just wouldn't do anything. I'm like 99 or nothing for like 5 years because I had 3 kids under 5. Like it was an absolute petting zoo. That's not fun. So we are acutely and keenly attuned to what our children are doing in public, and we are embarrassed. We don't choose this.
How do you like expose your kids to stuff and expose them to different situations and get them to have that responsibility
without putting them in there?
Yes,
it's
and without like eating that embarrassment a little bit.
It sucks. Sorry, moms and dads.
Oh my
God, story sucks.
I was in New Orleans years ago, and I was sitting at like a really nice bar having like a nice cocktail, and there was an incredible couple next to me at the bar with like their toddler, like 2 or 3, and she was perfectly well behaved. She
Mhm.
had like a little snack and a coloring book, and she was hanging out. And the parents were like, "Yeah, we just take her everywhere. She does this. Should we get her to behave? She's
And
fine." And of
some
course,
kids are like that.
yeah, yeah. She was really funny. She was like, "I can't drink till I'm 21." I was like, "You're 2. You got a long way to go." But like she was just rolling with it. It was pretty
Yeah.
funny. So I think there's that like double end. Like you got to expose kids, but then you got to like also be aware of your societal surroundings.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't know. Well,
I've babysat kids at bars before, so don't ask me. I told you we got asked in Scotland.
that's so funny.
I seriously, legit. A mother was just like, "Will you watch my baby?" and then tunneled off somewhere. And I'm like, "Is this a joke? Am I being punked?" I have a picture of it. It's Jackson with an X. I have his photo still. I put him on Instagram. Cliff gave him a Coke.
That poor parent, Cliff. Dad.
That kid had no problem asking for what he wanted.
Yeah.
And it was like 3. So yeah, it is in how you raise them and where you raise them.
All
Moving
right, well,
on.
more big news to come out. McDonald's is changing some of their recipes.
Okay.
So I don't know. They're making their Big Mac cheesier and more caramelized and softer buns. And I don't know. It's like kind of big news. I feel like this has been like the tried and true. Like you go to these places because it's the same every time, and it's still crap, and you expect the crap, and so you buy the crap knowing it's going to be crap, and then you want the crap that it is. If it's not the crap that if it's not the crap you expect, then it's different.
It's not even the same from when I was a kid, though, as far as what it is. And I can't tell you the last time I ate that shit, which is good.
Every once in a while.
No, thank you. Change it all you want. I'd rather go to someplace local around here any day. We have so many great places. Like meet me at the Knack.
Oh my God. So true. Every once in a while I have a craving for a McDonald's fry though. There's something about
their fries are good. And I don't like fries.
You know where it's super different between countries too. Like I had McDonald's in France when I was in Paris. Yep. Totally different.
And these are different recipes, my friend. So we're gonna be fine with the new McDonald's recipes. People probably won't notice.
I just don't like change. It gives me stress.
Sometimes change is good.
Yeah. What else? Bill Hader and Ali Wong have gotten back together.
Interesting.
And they're public. Yeah, I mean, like in theory, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't. It's a very odd couple, even though it like logically makes sense. Like something about it is weird, and I don't know what.
That was one of my trivia questions last night. It was like season 4, final season of Barry. Who's the star? And everyone was like, he just has one of those names that is hard to remember. I think. Bill Hader. I know this is totally side. Ali Wong is in this new show Beef, and it's so bad.
You hate it, yeah. She's hysterical though.
I think she's very funny.
She's got that whole comedy special where she's like super, super pregnant.
Yeah.
That is like pee pants funny.
I love it. And also boss bitching. I'm like, go girl.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah, she's great. I don't know why. Like I get it. They're both in comedy and like it makes sense, but there's something about this couple. Maybe it's
they're
just
not a sexy couple. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. Maybe it's because they're not a particularly attractive people.
They're not a sexy couple. They don't.
Am I allowed to say that? Bill Hader's not a handsome man. He's just not.
No, and I mean both of them could be cuter with the right styling. They're not a sexy couple. That's why.
You think they could be? Yeah. Do you think they just need new stylists?
Yeah. I think they need actual stylists. Like, I don't think that they have one at all. And if they do, wow, it's bad.
Can you imagine? No, how do you be on a red carpet without a stylist?
Here we are, Tori. Stylistless.
Yeah, they have more confidence.
We look cute.
I think we look great. They have more confidence than I do. Anytime I would be like out in public, like the thought of like Getty Images being anywhere that I am means like I would be nervous to put. I immediately don't trust my opinion on how I look at all. If there's a Getty camera there, everything needs to get redone. All of it. Change it all.
No, but that's how you show growth from when you see those images start to emerge. And then you're like, oh, we can't have this.
It's true. And the decades before and after of people are the best, where you see people like, this was before they had money, and this is now that they have money and they have a better stylist. It's great.
Exactly. So I think that that's what it is for me, that I've diagnosed my problem with this. Thank you very much. Joshua Jackson.
Yeah, he came out and said kind of a funny thing about cheating. I thought would be interesting to discuss.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
I was like, ew, I don't know. And I like Joshua Jackson.
It feels icky. Something about it feels icky. And it feels almost like he's like justifying it.
Yeah.
He says, I think an affair can be forgiven. We're all grown-ups. No one wants to be cheated on, and there's a massive repair to be done. Affairs aren't about the partner. They're about the person who has transgressed. It's not purely about the sex. There's a deeper violation. Like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Why was he asked about it, though? That's what is like weird. Like, out of context, I feel like this is.
Yeah, and I just didn't.
I don't know why I'm talking like Yoda, but sorry.
No, but it's true.
My brain is processing today.
Perfect.
Right?
No, but it's true. And I also would love to know what like went through his head where he thought like that was a good perspective to put on a public platform. Like, he was with somebody for 10 years and then their relationship ended and now he's with somebody else. Like, if it was my boyfriend or my husband and came out on TV and was like, I don't know, I think affairs can be forgiven and I think they can move on. He'd come home and I'd be like, what did you do?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he was being interviewed for a new TV series, Fatal Attraction, on Paramount Plus. So it does go along with the storyline of the show. So I do understand why he wagered what he said, because maybe it was something that has been obviously on his brain because he's been shooting the show. And that's really what it's about.
Sure, but I don't think I would let that opinion be the one that's public. Like,
those are the words that we say inside of our head, not outside of our mouth.
Have whatever conversations you want amongst your relationship, and then you talk to the Times and you say cheating is bad because you go home and you want to have public support for your relationship and for your wife or your girlfriend or whatever it is.
I see that's why you dislike this, but I can see why he said it also. So, and I mean, every time I see him, I just think of Dawson's Creek. So it's really hard for me to even realize he's a grown man until I saw him at the last award show with his stunning wife. And the way he like grabbed her was almost like an animal. And I was like, there's a lot there as I'm watching it. And I was like, I know, it was the most male I had ever seen him.
Huh.
And I don't know. He just gives off very alpha male vibes anyway. So it's bizarre that this is the clip.
I feel like I haven't seen him in pop culture stuff enough to like really get a vibe. And this one isn't great personally. Yeah. Like I just, and maybe it's because I don't agree. Like when he says like, it's about the person who transgressed it. Like, of course, a lot of that is true. But I also think too, it's also like an indicator of the dynamic within the relationship and communication and how you show up in that relationship and how you feel about it, which is part of why you step outside of that relationship, right? So I feel like it's like a very simple answer that should just not have been said.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it as much as I originally hated it, but...
Well, I feel like I hate it more, so that's great.
It's a draw. All right, so are we ready for our weird news story?
Yes, absolutely.
So I was looking at this one and I want to share it just because it's coming out of Massachusetts, not too far away, by the way, Duxbury.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right there.
Yeah. Mass police shared a photo of a flooded car, reminding beachgoers to read the tide signs. Now, I really wish I could drop this in our conversation here, but I will just show you this photo, which made me laugh.
Hold up your computer. Oh my God, what an idiot.
Like, you've got to be a special kind of dumbass to do that.
Especially like a coastal New England town, really?
Exactly. So they're making jokes about paying in sand dollars and whatnot. Nice try, Whitman police. You're not funny. But I did laugh at one of the things that people don't notice when you live in a coastal town is probably read the signs around you, which said.
Or know how to read a tide chart in any capacity.
Or maybe read the sign that says, "Oh, no parking here."
Oh yeah,
I was like, what? There's a reason why it says no parking beyond this point. It's not just a suggestion.
That's really funny.
I
It
know.
reminds me of a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. There was a thing circulating on Facebook about a few adults and some little kids that got stuck out on Wing Island.
Yep.
And they said that the tide was coming in, so they needed like a fire rescue, but all the firefighters that were like hauling up these little kids were in like shin deep water. And of course, Facebook like ripped them apart. Like, that's great. That's our tax dollars. You could have walked all the way.
Yeah,
they just didn't want to get their shoes wet, you know.
Hysterical. Yeah. 'Tis the season. Bring on the tourists. We can't wait.
Oh my God. Well, yes, we can. Just a few more weeks. Just
exactly. Give us a little time to acclimate to this, all right?
A little while longer.
I know it's a shorty episode, but you and I both have things to do, and it is school vacation, so
that's it. And I also like am nervous to test this technology further. I feel like every second that it's working is a miracle. So,
guys, we did a great job today, given what we were given. I think it's wonderful.
We're gonna keep it as it is. That's it.
Get Perky with us.
Above us, look above us. Can you see it? Look it. Those are our socials. So I'll shout them out, but they're right here, which is so cool. All the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at the First Shot Morning Show. I'm Tori Talks a Lot. Find me on all the things that way, right? Nope, that way. I don't know how these.
I'm Stephanie in the morning.
That way, Stephanie in the morning. All right, we'll see you Friday.